become a Christian. I'm on a college campus, and I'm in a Christian fellowship group, and our campus pastor is exhorting us, really kind of yelling at us, group of Christian students, that we should really be ashamed of ourselves for not reaching out to a particular group of students on campus. And I remember sitting there like shivering. I was so taken aback and ashamed that I didn't feel compelled to reach out to these students that he was talking about. I didn't have that same sense of compulsion. And so I thought, well, there must be something wrong with me. If he says we should be doing this, well, I guess I should feel that way. And so again, just another example of really denying and not even validating what's going on inside of me, but that sense of okayness or my sense of well-being coming from the person whose acceptance I want on the outside. And so for me, I had to think about, well, what happened? You know, I became a Christian. I really had a very clear conversion experience when I was 19 years old. I mean, I really met Christ in a powerful way, and I knew I was forgiven. I knew Jesus was alive, and I could have a personal relationship with him, and I knew I was going to heaven. But for the next 17 years, what astounds me now as I look back at those first 17 years of being a very committed Christian, and participating in spiritual practices and wanting to grow closer to Christ, etc., and doing everything I could, being in leadership of all sorts, realizing 17 years later that love, God's love, really had not permeated me very deeply. Why was that? How could I have been a Christian for 17 years and have gotten exposure to the best, quote-unquote, discipleship out there, and yet not having been penetrated in the depth of my identity and who I was by God's love? Why didn't I know it deeply? One of the reasons that I can identify, at this point anyways, because I didn't know myself. And really, to be honest with you, I can only know God. My experience has been I can only know the love of God to the extent that I do know myself. But there were huge parts of Geri Scazzero that she didn't know and was actually afraid to know.